you artists, happy Tuesday. I am back in New York on Broadway. I have a very another special two-parter. Sunday was the Tony Awards. So today, what I'm gonna do today and tomorrow is just show you the really cool videos of Tony Award nominees. They're talking about what it felt like to get nominated for a Tony Award. Now, the Tony Awards are given to actors, directors, costume designers, people who work on Broadway. So they give lead actor, featured actor, which is supporting, they do musical, best play, best director, best choreography, best costume design, lighting and sound design. So they're similar to the Oscars, but again, these are for live shows. The Tony for facts this year, Broadway literally shut down for over a year and a half due to COVID. So it's been really nice. I love live theater, as you know, nothing like it. So I thought today and tomorrow I would show you this really nice video of people really feeling joyful about the Tony Award. And what's the Tony Award nomination? What's really funny is I'm filming these classes before we know who won. So that would be really fun. But I really, again, I want you to see these two videos that I'm going to show you today, part 2 tomorrow, because so many people are grateful, and I really do think that having an attitude of gratitude for everything we do is so important. So again, part 1 today, part 2 tomorrow, and then after that, starting Thursday for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be doing encore classes so I can focus my time and energy on the radio show. So I will be doing a little bit of an introduction each day, but they will be encore classes so I can really focus my energy on the radio show. So before we get to what we're watching today,
this way. Tell me how much longer you could grow stronger every day. Oh, how much longer? I thought I was in love a couple of times before with the girl next door, but that was long before I met you. Now I'm sure that I won't forget you, and I thank my lucky stars that you are who you are, and not just another lovely lady sent down to break my heart. Isn't it amazing a man like me can feel this way? Tell me how much longer it can grow stronger every day. How much longer? No one can tell me that I'm doing wrong today. Whenever I see you smile at me, no one can tell me that.
hey guys, good. Taking that deep breath. So like I said, the Tony Awards were last Sunday. And I probably watched them because I'm shooting a week ahead. But anyway, guys, honestly, the Tony Awards are my favorite of all the award shows. Emmys, Oscars, Grammys, because I do love award shows. The Tonys are my favorite because we get to see live theater or excerpts from some of the nominated musicals, like 6 Music Man was nominated. I'll share more about the nominations tomorrow. But today, let's take a look at that first clip. And again, these are the actors you are going to see. Some of them you may not have heard of. They're not necessarily famous household names, but they work on Broadway.
iHeartRadio Broadway, driven by Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.
The Tony nomination is it's humbling and it is incredibly gratifying, and it's not in my blood to take anything like this for granted, but I think particularly now, the 3 years that we've been waiting to get this show up and the 20 years I've waited to play this role, it's especially meaningful to me.
I mean, I'm eternally grateful and thankful. And, the nomination, as soon as I heard about it, I instantly wanted to work harder. I'm not one of those individuals that thinks that any accolade or any gift offering is a reason to slow down and think about it or sit back. Like I'm ready to evolve. I'm ready to get better. I'm ready to learn the things that I don't know, and I'm seeking more opportunities to shed light on those who have supported me and my idols who paved the way for me. A lot of black dancers and entertainers in the early 1900s that sacrificed so much in order for me to even be having this interview today. So, as soon as I got that nomination, I was just like, more work to do.
On one hand, it feels very of course, because I'm used to working in ensembles and at SNL I wrote with the women. So this is so my wheelhouse, to work in an ensemble of women and funny women, So that feels very natural, but it's also so fun that we're doing this on Broadway and that the audiences are just so excited to be laughing. There's an energy in the air. People start laughing for the very first minute and through the whole thing. And there's just this vibe there I just got a little chill. But there's a vibe there that's beyond other comedy things I've done. Because I think on one hand, people have been shut in for so long, they're excited to be back out on Broadway. And then the themes of the play, I think right now are actually really relevant, but they're all said in this comic way, I guess. So yeah.
Me being nominated, it means the world. It means the absolute world. I'm so blessed and humbled to be here, amongst greats and amongst upcoming talent like myself. And it's a rare occasion where a kid who's didn't grow up in the Broadway world comes to Broadway and then on his first show gets a nomination like that's. So I do not take that for granted.
It means the world. We've all had a rough couple of years, and so to be back in this season where Broadway is back, to know that audiences are coming out here, to know that we're in safe spaces, and knowing the incredible work that everyone involved in this production has put to make this happen, it means the world. To be nominated for 10, I can't. I'm over the moon.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm a theater kid at heart, and I watch the Tony Awards from my kitchen table in Albuquerque, New Mexico, yelling at my family to shut up, the Tony Awards are on. So to be honored by that community that I admired from, thousands and thousands of miles away when I was a kid just means so much to me. And I've, since I've been in this business now for 25 years, and I've made relationships with people that I was a fan of, like Patti LuPone and Audra McDonald and Julie White. And to get text messages from those people whose careers I admired so much. Kristen Chenoweth sent me flowers. She's someone I looked up to. So to feel like I'm a part of that community, and I guess I've always known that I am, but it feels different this time. This year feels so different.
It means, I think it's a lovely, if you're climbing a mountain, I think there are moments along the way that you get to stop and see the view and see the distance you've traveled. And I think for me, this is a moment to stop and reflect on not just this beautiful gift of a show and role and experience for which I'm being acknowledged, but to look at an entire career, I guess. And I think it represents how irrelevant time is when it comes to achieving your dreams or achieving a goal, that time it's of no consequence, that things happen in the time they're supposed to and when they're supposed to, and there's really, no forcing or skirting that.
It means a lot to me because I consider the work that I do in this show so reflective of my company. we're a family at this point. We've been through so much together. We've been through the pandemic together. We've been through Steven's death together. And I have learned volumes from each and every one of them. I get to work with legends, you know, not just Patti LuPone, but really legends of our community. And I am floored every night watching them, and I take every bit of them into my performance. And you know, just being able to play that scene with Katrina Lenk every night and learn from her, and she's different every night, and the things that she gives me, I'm standing here because of my company, and I don't take that lightly at all.
It has not sunk in. I don't know. There must be a mistake, but I'm really, really honored to be here. I'm really proud of the work that we're doing. I'm really proud of the play. I'm so glad that we were nominated as a team for Best Revival. That's what makes me the most excited, and to be, I'm getting a really warm welcome from a community I have just the utmost respect for as a new guy, and it's a nice feeling because I'm working really hard. So that, you know, I'm learning to try to appreciate and receive this.
You know, slowly, I can't quite believe it, because I thought, oh, maybe it's possible, but it's such an amazing, you know, surprise. But I just so appreciate the recognition for the work, and, you know, amazing cast, amazing play. I just feel lucky.
This company is phenomenal, number one. In terms of the talent in this company, it's phenomenal to a person. But I have to say, one of the most exciting and inspiring things about the company are the young people, the children and the teenagers who are the soul and heart and backbone of the ensemble, are phenomenally talented, number one, phenomenally hardworking, number two, but number three, the joy they have in coming to work, just, it's infectious. You know, we all feel it all the time. So you come to work feeling grateful and happy, and then you do the show and you hear that from the audience and you become more grateful and happy. It just keeps generating itself. It's great.
Yes, well, my mom always told me never let anyone take your stuff away. And she said that, she's been saying that since I was a young kid. She said that to me yesterday. Whenever I feel down about stuff, you know, she always helps me continue to persevere. And she told me a couple of years ago that was based on one of the poems from the show. So to realize that this show, in a sense, has been a part of the fabric of my life since I was a child is something that's so inspiring and beautiful for me to be a part of now, and to move forward as the director and the choreographer of it is just tremendous.
I'm here and able to really absorb it and process it is incredible. You know, as soon as I got the nomination, I phoned round many people and was receiving many phone calls. So for me, it's all becoming real now, and I just can't wait for the ceremony and to be able to really get to meet all the other nominees, because here it's a bit fragmented, you can't really have conversations. So when I get to the actual ceremony, I think that's when it's going to really be great.
Honestly, this season in particular, it really means the world. We always work hard to put these shows up. Broadway is a tough business, but I think, you know, with the added complications of the world this year, and you know, it feels, quite honestly, like we're all winners in just the fact that we are able to get our shows up and get the public to come in to see the shows.
I think it's still sinking in. Like I'm trying to keep myself together right now. You know, I know part of it is my hormones, but my heart is full. Like I completely, you know, am living in such gratitude right now. So yeah, I don't know if this feeling's gonna stop. Like all the way up to June 12th, like I feel like I'm just gonna keep expanding until I explode, you know, aside from her, you know, aside from, you know, exploding that way. But yeah, it's incredible.
Well, I'm very honored, and you know, I'm humbled. You know, this is it's a beautiful play. It's a part of a lifetime. These men that I get to be on stage with, I've gotten to develop relationships with. They're incredible, each and every one of them. To be able to step forward with Jesse and Jesse is a real honor. And I'm here to represent the company. There's a lot of people that are responsible for me being where I am today. You know, Linda Cho, brilliant, you know, the stuff that she did with Shane and the costumes and the working relationship we developed. I would love to work with her again. Bray Poor, who did our sound design. I mean, he integrated his sound design with Shane from the ground up. That's very rare. You know, David Rockwell, the David Rockwell. A lot of, you know, and Scott Ellis. I mean, he's one of the best that we have.
Well, I'm going to cry. Barbara Barrie is someone I've been a fan of since I was 11 years old. I saw her in a televised production of Barefoot in the Park on HBO. And all my girlfriends loved it, but they all wanted to be the wonderful Bess Armstrong, who was the ingenue. And I said, not me. I want to be the character actress. I want to be her. And you can still find her glorious performance on YouTube, I think. So, you know, to be nominated for the same role that she was nominated for in the original cast is really pinch me stuff. I feel so honored. And it makes me think of her, and she would tell me, she's been in touch with me, she's been so lovely. She's like, Jennifer, you don't have to keep mentioning me. It's so sweet of you, but you're your own person, and you made it your own, and it's fabulous, and you deserve it. And so she's saying all these really generous things, but I'm never not going to mention her because she's the queen, and I love her, and I love you, Barbara.
Something tells me that she would run around the street spinning the top of a Tony and showing everybody that, and she would be flashing her pin, that she's got a sassy new. You know what she would do, dear? She would turn this pin into a wee brooch. I might have to do that.
These answers are going to change. Right now, what it means to me, it means that Letitia is acknowledged and Letitia's journey is acknowledged. And she, to me, she represents resilience. She represents a black mother. She represents black women who have been incarcerated. She represents black mothers who've been incarcerated and black mothers with sick children surviving every single day. So right now, it's Letitia is beating in my heart.
It means so much. I think after the pandemic, 2 years, being in this pandemic, and I just didn't know if I was ever going to be on stage again, let alone with Paradise Square. And so to be nominated for it, it's just the validation. Every day we spend 2 hours and 45 minutes on that stage, and I am singing and I'm dancing and acting and sweating and just, I'm losing so much weight, which is not a bad thing, but also, it's a lot. And so to be able to be recognized by this committee, by the Broadway League, and it's just, it's a dream, and I don't know if I could ever put into words how much it means to me. Honestly, I'm speechless.
iHeartRadio Broadway, driven by Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.
Achieved their dream. I thought this might be fun, so we'll see part 2 tomorrow and part 1 today. All right, let's take a look. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. And one of the things that I think you probably noticed over and over again is I know I did how grateful people were. How people talked about the team. He wrote this tomorrow. Guys, we don't do this by ourselves, right? Especially in theater, whether it's a musical, a play, they're getting ready to do Broken Folks, the radio show, but to me, acting, performing, it is such a team effort, right? No one does it by themselves. Even when I do my solo shows, I don't do it by myself. I have a team that I work with. So I'm about to share that today. Like I said, we'll see part 2 tomorrow. Let's do a little bit more moving and grooving, all right?